girlies.
Or boys.
My book boys.
Whatever, you can be a girly. Let me take you over to my TBR shelf. I have a chair here right now. It's kind of way too big for the space, but it's also kind of cozy. But anyways, this is a shelf of books that I have not read yet, and I'm going to put them all on a Goodreads shelf and then organize it by average rating. Okay, here's what the shelf looks like, and then I'm going to sort it by average rating. Okay, I'm gonna reorganize the books from lowest rating to highest rating, and then we're gonna visually see all of it. Dang, the bottom one is kind of surprising. Not showing you yet though. This is actually so interesting. Okay, here's a close-up. This is actually really interesting to see visually. The lowest rated book on this bookshelf is Hello Girls by Brittany Cavallaro and Emily Henry. Yeah, this Emily Henry and this Emily Henry. This is more of an underground book that I feel like people don't know that she wrote because it's in collaboration with one of her other author friends. So of course it's not just her writing, and I think she wrote this before she wrote any of her contemporary romance books. And before that, she was writing young adult sci-fi and fantasy. This has an average rating of 3.44 stars. And that is from 7,800 people rating it on Goodreads. So really not that many people, and it's still pretty low, which is not horrible, but it's not too good. And then this was actually shocking. Number 2 is The Stars Are Dying by Chloe C. Peñaranda. I love the cover of this book, and it just looks like it would be an amazing fantasy romance book, but I haven't really seen anyone read it, but not hopeful that it's like second lowest rated on the shelf. We have a lot of romance on the lower end of this shelf. Made in Manhattan, Kiss Curse, Marriage on Madison Avenue, The Blonde Identity, Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, Bringing Down the Duke. This one's pretty popular. Okay, and here's the thing. All of the books from here on are part of a series, and they're like the second or third book in those series, which is pretty unfair because it is assumed that if you continue to read a series, you already have a level of love for those books. And because you got to spend even more time with those characters, you're more likely to have an attachment to them and therefore like the book a little bit better. So a little bit unfair of me to put these on there, but at the same time, I'm in the middle of so many series that I need to like keep reading them, you know? So at the very top, the highest rated on this shelf is All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the third book in the Natural series. I read the first two, and it's kind of like a Criminal Minds if teenagers were gifted murder mystery type of series. It's super easy to read. The text is massive. It's fast paced. We've got a classic Jennifer Lynn Barnes love triangle, and I would love to read this book. Second highest is Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This is actually a tiny little novella book, which comes after The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which went super viral on TikTok as a fantasy romance book. So that could also be a fun option because look how tiny that is. And people were even saying that they loved the novella more than the actual book, which is very rare, I feel like. This is going to be a fun experiment. And I'm partnering with Spotify on their audiobooks to help me listen to Hello Girls. I looked this one up to start reading it, and it's free with premium. In fact, there's over 200,000 free audiobooks with premium. Let's get to reading the lowest rated book, shall we? Okay, it's now 7 p.m. I only have 4 hours and 20 minutes left of Hello Girls, and it was only like an 8-hour book, but I've been listening to it all day while doing chores. And it's narrated by Julia Whalen. I'm pretty sure she's the author. Yeah, she's the author of Thank You for Listening, which is a rom-com about audiobook. Like, I think the characters in the book read audiobooks because she reads them for a living. So she's like a big audiobook narrator, and the fact that it's just free with premium like actually blew my mind. So see, it says right there, included in premium. So that's crazy, and it's going really well. I think originally I didn't know it was a teen and young adult book, so I was picturing these two girls as like 30-year-olds, which is not a good thing to be picturing when they're like going on a heist. They're basically fed up with some men in their personal lives, and they have this big plan to like break free of that. And so it makes way more sense that they're teenagers because they're making like really reckless decisions, which is making for a really fun book, and it's really like outlandish. But when I was picturing them as like full-grown adults, it was way harder to read, you know what I mean? But now that I understand the characters that I'm reading about are like freshly 18, it's super fun and like lighthearted. I mean, it's actually not lighthearted. I thought the book would be lighthearted, but it's dealing with like way more serious topics than I thought it would. But we're getting into the more like fun stuff where they're like robbing a gas station and on this crazy road trip. So halfway through this, and I'm going to start the highest rated book on that shelf, which is All In. So hopefully I can remember where we left off because it's been a few weeks since reading the first 2 books in this series. So let's find out. Oh my gosh, just the first page and I kind of missed this series a lot. This is exciting. Love a crisp new book. Or if Uncle Rio had not appointed himself the pourer of wine. There was a lot of wine. By the time we were clearing away the plates, would you guys listen to an audiobook if I read it? I don't know if I want you to answer that question. Good morning, guys. You would have thought that I just fell asleep on this couch and then woke back up because I'm still here. I actually slept in the library for the first time last night because Ryan is gone and I woke up very confused. We'll just say that. But I drove to get coffee from a local place and I've been listening to Hello Girls while driving there and then getting ready this morning, and now I only have 2 hours and 50 minutes left, which is crazy. I feel like this audiobook has been flying by. I really love the cover of this book. I've been trying to figure out like whose writing I'm listening to. Is it Brittany or Emily's at any given point? And I don't really know if I've been able to guess it. Like I don't really notice a distinct difference between when what author is writing, especially since I'm listening to it. I feel like this would make a great movie because it's just like two teenagers having an outlandish time. But then there's also, it's just weird because it's so like trying to be lighthearted, but it's actually like not lighthearted at all because they ran away from men in their lives who are very harmful to them, and then to make money they're also doing very harmful things to themselves and other people. I'm curious how the book will fully wrap up. It's certainly fun to listen to because it just feels like a movie scene happening before my eyes. I'm gonna edit a thumbnail on my iPad while I continue listening to this.
And we have $2 left, she said with impressive cheer.
I just took Spock on a walk, I did my sheets, I vacuumed the upstairs, I started organizing my little bathroom drawers. That's honestly a reason I love audiobooks so much, is because I just end up getting so much stuff done. And I have like 19 minutes of the audiobook left and I'm trying to figure out my thoughts on the book. So far, I feel like this book is suffering from middle syndrome. That's not a thing, I just made that up right now. Basically what I mean is it's not a super funny book, it's not a super sad book, it's not super moving. It's just like the middle of all of those things. It's like kind of sad, kind of funny, kind of thrilling, and you want to know what's gonna happen next. I do feel like it makes a good audiobook because I just wanted to listen to it while I did chores, and if I missed something it wasn't that big of a deal because you can kind of like understand what's going on anyways. So there's 19 more minutes left. We'll see if I feel like moved by the characters in any sort of way, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. Okay, I officially finished Hello Girls and the ending did surprise me. I feel like I actually enjoyed the audiobook experience way more than I thought. I do think if I read it physically, it would have been like a 2.5, but on audio, it was really good. I think it has the type of plot that lends itself to audio really well and was really entertaining, and it's Julia Whelan narrating it and she's amazing. So yeah, the ending was really good. I think audiobook wise, it's like almost a 4, but I think the book in general is a 3. So the low ratings were correct. So in that sense, I guess we can trust ratings. I know that this is sponsored by Spotify, but legitimately the more that I've just been like playing around with the audiobooks now, the fact that they have like 200,000, just, it sounds like a lot, but like in actual looking at books that I would want to read, there's so many on there that are just free with premium. Like it's actually the craziest deal I've ever seen. I don't understand. So if you don't have premium on Spotify, you definitely should, because then you're not going to get ads and you can listen to, it's just like amazing. I can't believe that they're offering it now. So I just started another one today because it's free. So I'm like, why not? I'm going to end up reading so many more books now because of this, I feel like. But yeah, that was the lowest rated book. Let's continue on with the highest rated book. Hey, highest rated book. I don't know why I can't say that. Are we rocking with this angle? Okay, I'm gonna continue reading All In now. I got, let's see. You know what? I actually lost my spot. Funny enough. Don't know. I'm on page 58 and I just spoiled the next few chapters trying to figure out what page I was on. So can't wait to read how that happened. Spock is like watching me film this. Hey buddy. This one was the highest rated book on this shelf, but it is number 3 in a series, so that makes sense. But people love this series. I feel like I've had very neutral-ish feelings on it. Like I gave the first 2 books 4 stars and I don't ever really think about it and I don't feel extreme excitement to like finish the series or anything like that. But I even see comments from you guys being like, please continue that series. So maybe I will get more attached in this book. Morning. Okay, I'm continuing All In today. I got to page 152 last night and I'm so glad because yesterday I really was not feeling it and I was like, I don't know if I can get back into this series, and suddenly it is so good and I'm super excited to read it and I'm way more attached to the characters, feel a connection to them, want to figure out what's gonna happen, and I'm so happy because now I actually could picture myself reading the last book as well. So I'm gonna sit in a new little corner. I feel like this chair being here has inspired me to put a pillow in this corner and utilize this, and I have my fresh little cup of coffee. just noticed my books are all wonky. Look at that. Okay, now I can read. Okay, I just sat there for hours and finished the book, and it was so good. There's actually a crazy plot twist at the end, and then it fully just leaves on a cliffhanger, which means I'm gonna have to read the last book eventually. This one's so much longer, but everyone I've ever seen gives this book 5 stars. And I don't know, I'm conflicted because I like the series way more now. I feel like I understand why there's so much hype around it and why people love it, but I feel like I'm still just gonna give this book 4 stars, which for it being the highest rated book on that shelf, and the third one in this series is not that high of a rating, but I feel like the last book could get a 5 star from me, but I still just feel like I'm not that connected to the characters. I'm not that invested. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my day thinking about them really, but the covers are cute. I read the lowest and the highest rated on the bookshelf, and at least for this tiny experiment, it didn't get me results that were exactly what we thought. Like, this was not like a 2-star book or anything. It was just kind of so-so, and then this was not like the best book I've ever read. It was also just kind of like another good book that I really do enjoy and recommend the series highly, but highly, I feel like I sound like a different person there. Yeah, interesting experiment. It definitely makes me look at my bookshelves and just think, what are these books rated? Let me show you a book that I know for sure is super highly rated. Am I only randomly bringing this up because I'm probably gonna be reading it next? Yes. That is the last book. Oh gosh. In the Throne of Glass series, which obviously, like I said, any book that is like later on in a series is gonna be super highly rated because people are invested. And this one, Kingdom of Ash, is 980 pages. It will be by far the longest book I've ever read, and it has an average rating of, let me look it up, 4.66, and that is after 404,655 people rated the book. Oh, that's actually like so crazy. I would be shocked if there's that many more books on all of my shelves that rival this one. I don't have time to read the entire thing in this video, but I did document me reading the rest of these books, and I'm contemplating if I should make that into its own video. I'm gonna go start this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Spotify audiobooks, especially if you have premium now. And I'll see you on my blog channel or my Instagram or somewhere else on the internet.